What's going on, everyone? It is your boy Raptor Spiritus, and I am back with another one. So I'm going to do a current fleet update from Defensecon. I know we're not done with it, but I'm sure I'm not getting anything else from Defensecon. So I just wanted to go ahead and go through what I have got. Obviously, I'm going to just explain my reasoning for things. So just bear with me. And of course, anything that you guys like about it, please drop it in the comments. Any advice you guys have or any suggestions, you know, I always love hearing what you guys have to say. It's always top tier. I appreciate you guys. You help my channel grow. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what was going on for me during Defensecon. So right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and start with my transport group. I know you guys already see it. She's big, she's bold, you can't miss her. She's right there. And let me get it where you can see. Ooh, this way right here. Bam. All right, so make sure nice and close up. All right, so I'll get into the obvious one, but let's talk about the rest first. So first, I want to give a shout out to a couple of the viewers that commented on my last one, which they made a really good point. So I wanted to go ahead and throw it out there for anyone that is looking to do a little bit more stealth type cargo running. So one of the things that was brought up, which is a fabulous suggestion, which is the Drake Golem Ox. Now you may think to yourself, oh, it's just the Drake Golem Ox, whatever. No. This thing is a small form factor ship, small cross section. And then if you throw some stealth components at it, this becomes a 64 SCU, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 64 SCU. It holds cargo runner. It has tractor beam on the end of it. It's small. You can do a lot with it. So for me, my small stealth runner is my Prowler. Why? Because I just love alien ships. I love the Prowler. Now I have a lot more ship and probably a lot more hard points to do some pretty good DPS, but I have 32 SU of cargo. So for those who really don't want to pay the alien tax, they want a very simple ship that is quick, nimble, and it is a awesome stealth runner, the Drake Golem Ox with stealth components is your ship. I would highly recommend it for people. It fits inside the Ironclad. It's a great cargo runner if you're trying to run some of those like more nefarious, you know, cargo runs like drugs. So yeah, definitely get into that. If you're looking for a stealth cargo runner for something small, if you're looking just to move just little bits of cargo, but very highly valuable cargo. So for me, as I said, I got the Prowler utility because I could drop this thing down as far as heat and the EM signature, and I tested it. I can get up to, I do believe it's 1.5. I think it's for with really minimum pips, like 1.5, maybe closer. So I'm literally right up on you, and you won't see that I'm there. So I love this ship. I love the way it looks. It's my small cargo runner. Then my next one up is the Drake Corsair. I'm never getting rid of it. Emerald Duchess, all day, every day. She's my one baby. I love this ship. She is the next one as far as things. She has 76 SU of cargo, but let's face it, it's the Emerald Duchess, the Drake Corsair. Hard hitting. I love this ship. Never getting rid of it. It was my first big purchase that I got when I first started playing the game like 4 years ago. Maybe it's 5 years actually at this time. Man, time flies. So I love this ship. Best ship for me. I'll never get rid of it. It's my favorite. Okay. Yes, she's slow and she drives like an old 80s Buick, but she's still great. Now, my next tier would be the Hull B. It's the Hull B. Now, as Alien Week is about to come upon us in 2 weeks, I'm debating on possibly getting the Railin. Now, that is only if the Railin has 2 at least size 3 hardpoints that the pilot can use. From the original concept, there was none of that. I think it had control, the pilot had control of the missiles, but that is about it. And it has 2 dual size 4 remote turrets on either side. But if they end up having it where any of those hard points are slave to the pilot, because I love Alien, I'm probably going to upgrade the Holby to the Raylan because I know I'm going to pay that alien tax and it's going to hurt. But I love alien. I can't deny it. And they have similar cargo capacities. So yeah, I might be doing that. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll have to wait until the ship gets here because, you know, things have changed from the original concept to the current concept because standards have changed in the game. But I'm still here for it. So that's a possibility. We'll see what happens. But this is like 500 and some change SCU of cargo. It's my next to big cargo runner. I've used them a lot for cargo running. I've never, you know, unless I'm doing commodities, I've never had a mission where I've, you know, had a full cargo load. But that's just because, you know, we have to start all over and we're grinding again. So I'm not quite there yet. Now to the main event, the Ironclad Assault. Now, if you remember from my last video, I had the regular Ironclad, the Ironclad just base, right? And you're probably wondering, why would I switch it up from something that had 2200 SCU of cargo to something that has only 14? Well, truth be told, the repair bay, because I've seen it can repair small fighters, vehicles, and I honestly, I think that's a good addition for being out there, especially if you're using it as a mobile base. Now, currently right now, as we all know, the Drake Ironclad is a hot mess. Let me tell you, it is a hot mess. When 4.8 dropped and the Drake Ironclad came out, we were having random separations from the command module and the base. It would just separate after you go in quantum. It would just stop and then separate. Then they hot fixed something, and then it got worse to where you couldn't go through any jump points, and it was separating and falling out of, you know, the wormhole, so you couldn't go between jump gates between systems at all. So they just fixed it to where now it doesn't do that. When you go through the wormhole, you can actually make it through the wormhole. However, when you come out, it still separates, and it still occasionally does that when you go into quantum. So it's got a lot going on. Now, I will say, because finally I was able to bring it from Nyx to Stanton, and I made it to crew L1. I will definitely say, just a heads up, if you're going to be spending most of your time in Stanton, just get someplace in Stanton, honestly. Same thing if you're going to spend most of your time in Pyro, stay there, you know, just get your base there, just because it's just the back and forth sucks, especially when nothing's working right. So now you can go between jump points, but the thing is that, again, the module still separates, so it's got problems. When I made it to crew L1, I got out of my seat. I did not suffocate and die, because I know that was a problem. So I don't know if that was a fluke or they fixed it, because we all know you get out of the pilot seat, you start going through the Ironclad, and then you start suffocating even though you have a helmet on. It's super fucked up. CIG really needs to put the work in and fix this vehicle, because it is a hot mess. So much that my org mates were like, they wish they had never released it at all at this point until it was in a better state, which I can't blame them for. So yeah, Ironclad Assault, I got it because I wanted the repair bay. I don't do huge amounts of cargo. Like I don't do like hull C status type cargo. So that's why I was okay with dropping it down from the 22 to like the 14 SCU of 1,000 SU of cargo, because I get a repair bay, you know, I can use for fighters or vehicles. Now I will say the one thing that I was sad about that I let go of was the fact that the original Ironclad, the base Ironclad, had that secure storage. Now people were like, oh well, you know, what's that? I mean, if you have cargo, because again, if someone's not in your party, they can't open the door. So having secure cargo, I think is cool, especially if you get boarded. And then on top of that, if there were some videos that showed that CIG snuck in something really cool with the Ironclad base, was in those secure storages. As far as I know, there's two of them, one on each side of the room. Inside the storages, there are hidden wall spaces that come down where you can put smaller, more valuable things. So you can hide things in those storage areas in the walls. You go to your engineering terminal and you can open it, and then you go back to the storage and the wall is open and down. So there's a secure like secret cubby in both sides of the secure storage on either side of the room in that area on the base ironclad, which is super freaking cool. I love that. Plus, with those, you can use that secure storage as a jail because it has like a little CCTV camera and everything. You know, you open the doors from the outside of either side of the room, and you could just throw people in there, revive them, close the door, and then you're stuck in there. I mean, like, that's that's so freaking cool. You know, so each ironclad has its things. I'll just say it like that. But the ironclad assault is more geared towards the gameplay that I do. So that's why I got it. I love it so far, except for the fact that it's got mega problems. You still can't shoot any of the weapons from the pilot seat. It's still a hot mess. It's kind of but nevertheless, I have faith CIG is going to fix it. So that was my first addition to the transport group. Like I said, I upgraded to the assault from the base. Now we're gonna go ahead and scoochie on down to the civilian group. Now, obviously you see the M80 is there. So I upgraded the Guardian MX to the M80. Why is that? They have similar capabilities. The MX had 4 size 4 hard points, right? The M80 has 4 hard points, 2 of which are size 4, 2 of which are size 5. Now, the give and take, again, these are different vehicles, but you know, CIG is really trying to balance the game by having things that are similar, but they're not exactly the same. They have pros, they have cons. So, and of course, we all know things are going to change with the next patch because they always have to rebalance things. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't mess with the M80 too much, because I think it's perfect right now. Maybe it's a little OP because I mean this thing takes hits like it's going out of style. But we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to say too much because I don't want them to be like, oh, we saw that video, we're going to do that. No. So the things you trade off is 24 missiles versus, because I think there's 16 total missiles, I want to say. No, let's see, there's 16 and then there's 2, so I think it's less than 20, I can tell you that. So versus the MX that has 24, I think, size 2 missiles, and this one has, I think, like 2 or 4 size 2s and then 16 size 1s, something like that. So it's a little different. Obviously with the M80 you get a bed on the inside, which the original Guardians have, the Guardian and Guardian QI. And that's, you know, I love the fact that it's a headfire with a bed in it. I love that. I hate that they took it out of the MX, but I understand why. Again, trade-offs, give and take, totally fine. But this is a definitely more nimble than the MX. So I love this. Now, the other reason I love this ship is because when you look at it, obviously it's an origin ship. It's obvious. It's sleek. It's luxurious. This is, in my opinion, the 007 James Bond Star Citizen Aston Martin. That's what this is, in my opinion. Like, it has, you know, just if you're looking at it, you know, oh, it's a little, you know, little sleek rich person, you know, fighter, and all of a sudden these size 5s pop out that are hidden. That is so cool. I love that. I love that they did that. So you can keep the sleek, you know, profile, but if things get heated and, you know, you gotta, like, you know, get right, bam, hit a button, size 5s come out, it's over. So that's why I love this ship, you know, because again, I kind of associate this to something a really sophisticated spy like James Bond would totally, like, fly around if he was a part of the Star Citizen era. So love this ship. And then of course I have my Clipper, my general ship, bunkers, whatnot, that are, you know, QV stations. I have a, you know, med bed on it. That's what I use it for. It's an all around good ship. 12 SU, you know, the crafting table doesn't work yet in that one, or actually in the Ironclad Assault there's a crafting place, but it doesn't work. The crafting doesn't work there either. So we're still waiting on those components for these two. And then of course you have the Thulin. A lot of people don't like the ship. I love it. It's an alien ship. I just use it just to trot around the verse. If I just want to make a couple extra bucks here and there, I do small cargo missions. And I love the fact that it's got 3 floors. It's broken like a mofo. I haven't flown it in 4.8 because 4.7 it was mega broken. Like none of the little the function keys where they come up, they wouldn't come up. You couldn't get out of the ship. You'd have to open up the ship, and then like I said, the function keys stopped working. You click where the panels are that open up using GravTech technology. All that was broken. It just didn't work right. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix this during Alien Week. So I haven't even bothered with it in this current patch because I'm pretty sure it's still in the shitty state that it's in. So, but this is my little trot around. I love this ship. It's cool. I love the way it looks. Again, I love alien ships. That's just me. So then we have the L-21 Wolf. Obviously, it's a hot rod ship. It's pretty dope. Using I think it's called the Axiom laser repeaters on it. It's super cool. I love the way it looks. I prefer it over the 21. I can fit this in the Ironclad, you know, just have a little snubby to go out and do missions with if I want to be out in the drift for a little bit and use the Ironclad Assault as a home base. And it can repair I can repair it on the Ironclad Assault after I've been beaten down. So, you know, that's cool too. So, yeah, that's why this is my little, you know, snubby ship. Love it. So moving on, nothing has changed with the service group. You know, doing mining, salvaging, assisting people with stuff. That's why I put in the service group. So I would include, I don't have any of these, but if you were trying to include any ships, I would include like something like the Apollo in it, stuff like that. But that's service groups because it literally does some sort of service. I have the Golem. I don't do a lot of mining. So, but when I do, like I said, probably more really for crafting, not really for money. So I don't have a big miner. This works for me. And it fits inside the Ironclad. Now, between this and then my Salvation, if I had to pick one to do with the Ironclad more often, it would definitely be the Salvation, because with the Golem, I would have to have more containers on board that I have to switch out with once these are full to for it to continue to go out and do its business. With the Salvation, it just keeps spitting out 1 SCU boxes, period. Just spit them out. Beep, 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 beep. I just land, spit them out, go back out. Land, spit them out, go back. So I would definitely say if you're going to do anything and you want it to be the path of least resistance, the Salvation, probably with the Ironclad, is a better choice to do. So I still have it. Like I said, I don't really use it very often for the Salvation. Again, because the Ironclad currently is in a horrible state. I still love the ship. It doesn't work. So I barely use it. I'm not going to use it for stuff whenever the module keeps separating every 3rd second. So I haven't got a chance to test it to see if it's really worth it or not. So, you know, but it's still there for that reason. The SRV, whenever you're getting to where they finally have, so my opinion, if a player logs off for a certain amount of time and their ship is still on the pad, I think it should brick it so that an SRV or a Moth or any salvageman can destroy it or move it and get it off the pad for other people, because you guys leave your ships everywhere. It's ridiculous. Even right now. So they kind of have it where you can, once it actually, so the new feature that came in 4.8, the dead man switch. So when you actually claim your ship, it triggers a dead man switch, which the ship now, I believe, turns up white. So then at that point you can salvage it or whatever, take it off the pad or something like that. But I don't think it's working very well. So that is where the SRV will come in. If you just want to tow it back to someplace and have it salvage. If you're running a salvage crew, you just basically doing a cleanup. You can tow it from places, just munch it up, salvage it, you know, get a little extra bucks with it. you know, or in the event that somebody is poor and they run out of fuel and they don't have they can't get back to where they're supposed to go, I can take the SRV out and drag them back. Last time I checked, last patch in 4.7, it wasn't working correctly. Yet again, another ship that is not working correctly. Lord have mercy. You know, I love the features, but CIG really needs to fix their ships. Like, dead ass, fix your ships. I'd rather you stop releasing ships and fix the ships that, you know, currently, and make sure they stop breaking every time you patch the game with new features. Like, it's bonkers. So that's my rant. I'm sorry, but that's you know, I love the ship. I think it's cool. I've flown a lot, dragged and, you know, towed a lot of ships in the past when it was working really well, but right now it wasn't working last patch. I haven't messed with it, to be honest. So there's that. But then I have my Moth, which this is probably one of my favorite ships, my most favorite ships, because I do scavenging all day with this thing. I'll go to ships that have up to size 4 or 5 hard points. I'll put them on the grid, on the side, the grid set on the sides. I'll strip the components that I want, put them on the 32 SUU cargo ramp that comes down that they carried over to the mole. And I actually I got a bunch of military, yes, they're CMB, but they're still awesome versus civilian stuff. I got a bunch of components and weapons that I use to upgrade my M80, you know, for free. You know, like, people sleep on scavenging. I love scavenging, and this is why I hope whenever players leave their ships around and whatnot, and they have to, like, the game needs to get it to where these ships are now going to have to be held accountable somewhere. So, and let it benefit people who do salvaging and stuff like that. So, yeah, like, this needs to happen. But the Moth is a wonderful ship. I use it around. I take it with me even when I'm doing like bunkers or whatever, because I can go salvage ships that are just left around, ones that the dead man switch had flipped. I can just go and just chew them up free. That's, you know, I don't pay for to do a salvage. I just get free salvage right there, you know. So if I want to get RMC, I have to get out and scrape it. If I'm doing it by myself, it does kind of suck. And then but aside from that, I can just munch it and keep it pushing, strip the components, put them on the ship, and I have free components all day. Like, it's great. It'd be great to do other ships that have other components, and hopefully CIG will get to the point where they can do variations of ships that have not just stock components. You know, some that may have a little bit more like grade A or grade B, or, you know, I don't know, you'll find an Asgard with attritions or something like that. Like, I hope they add a lot more ships with variations of components to the salvage gameplay loop. That would be great. So, but I love the ship. It's a 10 out of 10 all around. I love it. If you don't have one, get one in your fleet. But nothing's changed in my service group whatsoever. Now, I didn't include this in my last video, but from the last 4.7, I did include a UTV. Why? This thing fits on the Moth. It fits on in a Zeus. It fits a lot of places, and it has a 1 SEU cargo box to go on the back of it. I think that I love this thing. I'll take it to a distribution center that's like Gray Cap that will shoot at you. If you get close, I'll you know, land a little bit ways out, pick this thing up like on Microtech, roll right up there, do some looting, drop stuff into that box, drive that junk back, and keep it pushing. Like, I love this thing. This UTV is cool. So that's my newest addition to the ground vehicles. Pulse, I love it. It's just, I love this bike. I just love it. It's fun. Atlas, having one off the rip is awesome, because with the Atlas, whenever you're undoing cargo from the Moth or from the Asgard or even in the Ironclad, this thing is so handy. Sure, you can buy one, but right now we're all poor, so why? I'm not wasting the money. I already have it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I mean, I already got it. So yeah, it's very helpful. UTC, I just love it. It's a cool little combat ground vehicle. Love it. Ursa Medevac, or aka Nursa, put it in the Ironclad. Now, as long as I'm within 50 kilometers, I have a respawn point. Love this thing. It's very handy to have. It'll fit in the Asgard. It'll fit in the Corsair, obviously the Ironclad. So I love this. I love this vehicle. It's good to have on hand. I do miss my Lynx though, because my Lynx is very luxurious. I love that thing. But you know, I definitely wasn't using, so I got rid of it. So moving on from ground vehicles, we get to our final area. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We got to the combat group. Combat group right here. So obviously you can see most of it's the same, but you do see something new. So obviously the MX is gone because I got the M80 with it, but now I have a Pitbull. Now this is a snub fighter, no quantum drive. I used it a little bit, but not a lot. It usually sits on the Ironclad Assault. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna keep this thing. It, you know, with no quantum drive, it kind of, again, it has to be a part of a ship, some sort of home base. So we'll see what happens with it. It's a cute little snubby. You know, it's classic Drake. It's got lots of guns on it. Like it's fun. Very nimble, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, but that's the new combat ship. Then of course we have the Zeus Mark II MR. That is the only ship I have left that is a concept ship that I bought that I have not received yet. This is the only one. This is all that's left from that. I really, CIG, please, for the love of God, just get this ship out. I know you're waiting for Bounty Hunter 2.0. I get it. But guys, this is, I know you guys, a lot of you probably have other ships that are, you know, like plenty of them that are from the concept phase, you know, and you're still waiting on those. I get that, but this is my last one. I just want it. I just want to be done with concept ships entirely. So that's all I'm waiting on. Has a quantum, I think it's a entangler, not an interdictor, an EMP, which I hope at least one of those will be slaved to the pilot. We'll have to see. But I am desperately waiting for this bounty hunting ship. I am desperately waiting for it. I love it. I want this so bad. It has a turret on top, turret on bottom. So hopefully CIG will do right by this thing, and when it comes out, and hopefully it'll come out soon because I'm dying for it. Fuming. So then of course the Asgard heavy ground vehicle transport plus a cargo transport. I use it for cargo constantly. It's a great all-around ship. It actually does pretty good dogfighting combats for like anything from VLs to MRs. It's cool. It's cool to have around. So I still use it a lot. Then we have the Saber Firebird stealth missile boat. You know, I just, you know, roll up, put my pips down, roll up real close to bounties, and just light them the fuck up with, you know, barrages of 6 missiles per barrage, and just do the business and move on. Hornet, still the same. I love this thing. I almost traded it for the M80, but I'm glad I did not. So this is like the F-16 of, you know, Star Citizen. It's a great all-around ship for dogfighting. Still king in my opinion. Still great. Love this thing. So I'm never getting rid of that. And then of course we have the large ship subcap, you know, pillar right here, the Perseus. So I for only a split second thought, should I trade this for the Tiburon? No. This thing is still a fucking beast, guys. Like legit, just being plain as day. It's a beast. It's a beast of a ship. With one person in the front cannon turret and me, we did work on a couple of ships, just that. But then I flew alongside with a Tiburon, and we went up against, we did the PvE, work against NPCs, Gauntlet 8, and made short work of the fighters and the Polaris that was there. This ship is still bomb.com. So this is, I'm never getting rid of this thing. This thing is awesome. I love it. It's small enough. You know, I like small crew type ships. I don't need a whole lot of people to man it. I only need 2 other people besides me, the pilot, and we still can do mad work. Versus Tiburon, where you get pilot gets control of the size 10 laser, which cuts through shields really well, I will admit it, and the missiles, but it still needs 4 people for the main cannon turrets, and then 1 person in the quad size 4 turret in the back, like on the other hammerhead. So is it, I still think this is number 1 between the Tiburon and the Perseus. I love this ship. I love the way it looks. I'll always keep it. So yeah, that so right now, guys, that is my current ship configuration, or current fleet configuration as of right now. Again, I always like your opinions, so please, of course, if you got something you want to share, drop it in the comments. I'll definitely do my best to respond. I always appreciate you guys, because you guys help my channel grow, and you guys seem to like these videos. So if there's anything you'd like to add to what I've said, please drop it in the comments. If you have some controversy or feel differently about my opinions about the ships, let me know. I'm pretty sure people are going to say, why have ground stuff or these small things, but again, I just prefer having them off the rip. So I just, that's just me. When I buy things, I buy them because I want to keep them, not because I'm trying to, like, for me, I already paid for them, so I like having them. So as always, it's your boy Raptor Spiritus. You guys stay safe out there, and I will see you in the verse.